Hey everyone, it's Ursa Midnight and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are building in the New Crest world, continuing on our world save of a different style type of build. Not really different style, but it's similar to the style next door. This house is going to consist of a pair of grandparents, whether it's the mom's parents or the dad's parents, or the other parents' parents, because we don't really know what we're fully going to make the family of yet, because that'll be on Thursday. This family, however, will consist of 2 children and an infant, with the parents and the grandparents, and there will also be a cat, because one of the children, which is a girl, she loves cats. And I also, later on, you'll see that her room has a brown tabby plush, one of the stuffed animals that they can talk to. And I did the brown tabby in honor of Diamond. If you don't know already, Diamond passed away this last weekend, so I am incorporating her into a few things right now. There's also Izzy, who I sometimes will also incorporate. I think the next house I build, I will incorporate Izzy as well. Izzy was my tortie, also calico. She was probably as big as a calico. We weren't ever too sure what she fully was. We were told she's a tortie, but she might be more towards a calico or both. So she might have been a mix. However, so I want to definitely implement both of them into builds, and even Mr. C, who is my white and orange tabby. So I want to incorporate him at some point into the game as well. So if you don't know, Mr. C usually always appears while I'm streaming. He always makes sure that you guys know he's around. He's always either just saying hi to me, or he comes and puts his paws up on my leg. He just likes to say hi to everyone. The whole house I decided to do was, the parents' room was more of an ocean themed. My thought was, the parents, maybe they traveled a lot. Maybe they went to the ocean and they took back that type of stuff from the ocean. I also made that cork board with all the postcards, because I wanted the board with all the postcards to represent all of their travels. I wanted it that it looked like they traveled a lot, and they collected any of the postcards they could get and they put it on a board. So that's why their office has all those postcards. So my thought is, maybe the family or the parents, they traveled so much before they fully settled down and decided to start a family. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. And maybe one of the parents were getting too old and they couldn't live on their own anymore. So maybe that's why they ended up living with one of their kids. In their son's room, the older child's son's room, I ended up going with a dinosaur themed. I wanted it to be very dinosaur-y and just incorporating it into the family. And then for the older daughter's room, I wanted it to incorporate more cat vibes. So that's why there's flowers, but there's also a lot of cat stuff in it. I wanted it to represent, maybe she just loves cats. So there's a lot of brown tabbies for Diamond. And then we are working on the infant's room. This one, I did more of a yellow theme because I don't know yet what the infant will be. So that's why they have a different room design than the older 2 siblings. And then I added little bits of artwork, and then just trying to figure out if anything really sparked my interest. I added some cat room stuff, and then added a little cat cat tree in the daughter's room, so that way the cat can always go hang out in the daughter's room as well. Then I was adding some artwork, and then here I'm working on the kitchen's a bit of a yellow theme. I really like this. It was a stuff pack. I think it's the Home Chef stuff pack. It's one of my favorite kitchen packs because it's so different than the other ones. It's more kitchen focused, but it does make the kitchen or any part of the room that you have it in just really, it gives a pop of color, which I do really like. And then I'll add a little plant next to the trash can, just trying to add some greenery. And then we add some curtains to the room and add a cat food bowl. And then here I'm working on the dining room. Apparently I went with a very yellow theme in this house. I'm just now noticing that. There's a lot of different yellow type of colors. And then the living room has, I think it's like more of a cream colored setup. Yep, it is. And then trying to figure out a bookshelf. I want more of a white bookshelf with it all. I wanted the fireplace to just pop. And then we just add a little wellness, maybe for the parents to be more into more yoga. Then the grandparents' room, I went with more of a farm theme, and then a music room. And in the end, honestly, this build has really become one of my favorite builds I have ever made. And I say that for all, because all my builds are all different in their own way. And then here I'm working on in the backyard, just trying to figure out what I like back there. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment of maybe what I should build next, what type of family I should make. Feel free to comment and like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.